Hi, I'm Paul Jackson, and it's Thursday afternoon again, preparing for Friday night football. We're at the practice field here at Haywood High School with Coach Phil Massey. And Phil, we are 9-0. Last season game, regular season game tomorrow, but we don't take anything for granted.
No, we got to come out and play hard against Southside. They have nothing to lose. In fact, I talked to Coach Hayes on the phone today. I said, well, I guess you've been working on all your trick plays, and of course we can expect the unexpected. Right. But again, we got to come out and play hard and work on the fundamentals, the things that have gotten us where we are right now, and continue to get better. We need to eliminate some of the penalties we've been getting, eliminate turnovers, and improve on specialties.
Okay, let's back up to last week. We go into Dyersburg, and at the end of the first half, score 7-6, totally unexpected. What happened?
Well, basically, you look at, we had 3 possessions in the first half, really. Well, the first possession, we take it down to the 1-yard line, boom, we get a fumble, we get a turnover, they get the ball back. Next possession, we take it in and score. Third possession, we drive it about 65 yards. We have 4 penalties that put us out of being able to get a first down, and then of course Patrick come in, and he had 2 great kicks. He had a great foot on it, but it just went to the right of the post there. And offensively, they really worked on our flats passing, and that's something we worked on this week. Savannah sort of exposed that a little bit, and then Dyersburg good job. They got a good quarterback, and they started picking at our flats a little bit, throwing the short passes. And I'm sure Southside's seen the film, and they'll do the same thing. They got a good quarterback and throw. And, and little plays like that, and us, a few times we're back there in the backfield there to make the play, but we don't wrap up. We don't wrap up, and it gets loose and gains the extra yards. And so we basically came in after the first half and said, all right, that's behind us, it's over with. Let's come out and play with a new attitude. And of course, our kids, I knew, were tired. I told some of the people, this last week or so, we really put our thumb down on our kids. We've worked them very hard out here on the practice field. We've done a lot of live hitting and game-like situations, just trying to fine-tune everything, because we realize once we get into the playoffs, we won't be able to do that as much. And so we're just trying to still teach fundamentals and make sure they're aware of what their responsibilities are, and working them hard out here. So there might have been a little bit of lag when we went out there on Friday night, just from the hard practice that we've been having, but still, that's no excuse, and we've got to come out and just play hard this week.
Well, does attitude have anything to do about it? A lot of people are saying, well, last week everybody said that Dyersburg was a pushover, and was the team down attitude-wise or focus-wise? What do you tell them exactly at halftime?
Well, they know everybody, they're supposed to win, and everybody's telling them how big they're supposed to win. And of course, we don't play a whole lot on emotions. Some people say you got to play with emotions. We want you to be focused and concentrating, and we don't jump up and down and scream and yell and holler when we make a sack or something. But we think that we probably just came out and just kind of went through the motions. We didn't play real well. We went through the film session with the players and pointed out mistakes and that we made, that we've got to continue working on if we want to reach the final stages of the state playoffs. Right. So we came out and sort of were methodical a little bit, but I really felt good the second half. I wanted to see what we were made out of, and I think we came back and showed people what we've got. It just took us a little wake-up call the first half, but we were pleased the way we came back and responded the second half, because that's the way a championship team does.
Right. Okay, before we get into a little bit more about Southside, let's talk, have a tip of the week. Let's talk a little bit about some of the referees' calls. I know that there's one play that sometimes the fans, it'll happen, and the fans are wondering what's happening, and that's blocking below the waist. Tell us exactly how that happens, what the rule is.
Well, you've got people blocking downfield. Well, once your running back or whatever breaks loose, breaks the line of scrimmage, is going downfield, you cannot block below the waist downfield. Last year, it came back and haunted us. We were playing in the Clinic Bowl against Cleveland, and Marcus Henley had a run and went down inside the 5-yard line. Well, they got called back because we had a receiver that was blocking downfield, and he cut somebody. He blocked below the waist. Of course, in college and pro, you can do that, but high school you can't. So A lot of times people wonder, well, why don't he try to block that guy or something? We can't cut him. We got to block him up high, and we try to teach our kids how to what we call shadow blocking, just staying in between that defensive man, our ball carrier, and letting the ball carrier cut off our block or the way we get our hips turned or butt turned on that defensive player.
Okay, tomorrow night, Southside, what are we to expect from them?
They're going to throw a lot. I just really believe they're going to come over here and maybe throw it 30 or 40 times. They got a good quarterback. They got a couple of good receivers. They're going to play defense, a real aggressive style. They'll probably have 8 or 9 guys up close to the line of scrimmage coming, because there again, they have nothing to lose, and they won't stop what we do best, and what we do best is power football and run the football, and they're going to be up there to try to stop it.
Okay, last regular season game, our fans have been great, and we're looking for a big one tomorrow night.
Need a lot of fan support, and tomorrow night we'll also recognize all of our senior players, senior cheerleaders, and also senior band members and their parents.
All right, so we're looking forward to a big game tomorrow night. For Coach Phil Massey, I'm Paul Jackson.